Hey guys, I want to do a video for you on another folding knife. This is the Ontario Rat Model 1A. So this is the assisted version of the Ontario Rat 1 folder. I have previously owned the Ontario Rat 1 folder. This is the old packaging. I had a CB Coyote Brown handled Rat 1. Which I actually passed on to my father. He carries that every day. He's not a big knife collector, but he just wanted something good and dependable that he could have with him, and so I gave him that one. It's held up quite well. He still carries it, but where I didn't have a Rat 1 anymore, I decided I would go with a new assisted open version. As you can see, Ontario has updated their packaging a little bit. It's yeah, just a different look on the box, different logo. Of course, they had the Randall's Adventure Training logo on the first box. Second box, not so much. It's all Ontario branded. Ontario Rat. So yeah. This is the black version with the G10 handles, which is the only type of handle these come with. This is a 8.5 inch overall length, 3.5 inch blade, Oz 8 steel. Retails for $65 Canadian plus shipping and tax. I picked this one in particular up at Warriors and Wonders in BC. Of course, it has the lock where it's assisted open. You can just flick the little switch here. When it's locked, it doesn't budge. And we have a red dot for when it's unlocked. I usually just leave it unlocked. It's got good retention anyway. I do like the pillar construction on this knife. It's flow through, very nice. Blade centering is nice on it. You can see a lot of air in there. I can imagine they could have gone slimmer on this knife. Maybe it's in the pivot that it needed to be so thick, but yeah, I think they could have gone a bit thinner with it. But that being said, it's still a nice feeling knife. There's nothing. It feels solid. There's nothing wrong with the thickness. I just look at something like the Cold Steel Code 4. That is much thinner, and I think they could have done the same with this, but again, that's not a big complaint. Comparatively speaking, as far as the G10 handle goes, the Coyote Brown version I had, it felt like plastic that had some nubs on it. It wasn't grippy. They made a big improvement for this assisted open. Now, I don't know if that's just all the new models of Rat folders that they have this nice aggressive G10, or if it was just the assisted that's different. But it is quite nice for traction. It's not as aggressive as, say, a Cold Steel G10, but it's more aggressive than Spyderco's. Example being Paramilitary 2, where it's camo, you might not see it very well, but it's a lot smoother, whereas this is a much rougher weave that's definitely grippy. The lanyard hole is quite tiny. A lot of my other knives have a big enough lanyard hole that I can make a lanyard, loop it, and pull it through on itself. Not a big deal, but this one here I had to build the lanyard on the knife. There wasn't enough hole there to make one independent and be able to swap it out or anything, but definitely not a big deal. This is tip up, tip down, left or right carry. Anyway, we'll open it up for you. So it is being a rat knife, it is full flat ground. There's your Ontario logo. Now, let's see if I can get it. There we go. The last one that I had a rat logo there. That was the non-assisted. See, this is the Model 1A. The A obviously being for assisted. Dual thumb studs, they're quite nice. Good and grippy. Made in Taiwan. This coating, as I mentioned, I had the Coyote Brown version, also with the black coating on the blade. It's, correct me if anyone knows that it's some special coating. It may be a Teflon coating, but it's pretty much paint. You can see it's chipping off fairly easily. I don't have a lot of heavy use into this knife. I have certainly carried it, but I know the one I gave my father, he's put some good use into it, and the blade is mostly silver at this point. Mostly bare steel. Stuff doesn't stick on very well. Definitely not as good as the DLC on Spyderco knives. This stuff just it wears really nice. But then again, this is a lot more money than this, so there's obviously reasons for that. Yeah, as far as speed goes, I have a Benchmade Barrage, which Benchmade's ads are all showing how quickly it opens and everything else. This is darn close. For the price difference, a third the price of a Barrage, this thing is fast. Like, yeah, it's quick. It comes out with authority. Lockup is very nice on it. There's no blade play there at all. Up or down, left or right. It's nice. Of course, full steel liners. Flow through construction. Liner lock. Snaps shut nicely as well. And it holds itself in there. The retention's very good. Belt clip. Belt clip is actually very nice. Or pocket clip, sorry. I find the tension on it perfect. This is some aggressive G10. Again, not as aggressive as Cold Steel's, but if this pocket clip was as heavy as the Cold Steel pocket clips, it would be tearing at your jeans or your cargo pants or whatever you happen to be clipping it on. But it's not. It's just right as far as I'm concerned. Could carry a little deeper, but that's not the end of the world. If you carried this tip down, it would certainly show less. It would carry deeper, but I prefer tip up myself. Yeah, this is a great knife. For the price, really don't think you can go wrong. Make a great gift for someone who enjoys knives, or even someone like my father that just wants one that'll work, doesn't care how pretty it is, and isn't too concerned on whether it's a Benchmade or a Spyderco. He doesn't even know what those brands are. So as far as he's concerned, an Ontario Rat 1 is great. So great for that type of thing, or just a good knife to be able to beat around on. It'll hold up to some good punishment from what I can see, and from what I've seen in the other one that I did have. And yeah, don't expect the coating to last forever. Belt clip, it's gonna chip. Paint's gonna go off of it. Teflon coating, whatever we're calling it, is definitely a wearable item. You got to expect that for the price point. Jimping on the backside. This coating, maybe it's not tooled very sharply, or maybe it's the coating that's got it rounded, but it looks, that's hard for me to get it to focus for you. There we go. It's not aggressive. I mean, it looks nice and rigid or ridged there, but you could slide up on it pretty easily. You get something, again, there's a difference in dollars here. You get something like the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I don't even know if you'll see the jimping because it's so fine, but here we go. That is jimping. It is sharp. It'll cut into your finger if you push up on it too much before it lets go. There you go. Spyderco, their US knives at least, they know how to do jimping. This here, it's there. I'd call it functional, but you could slip on it. It's definitely not aggressive enough in my opinion, but the finger choil is nice and deep, so you're still not going to slip up on the knife. You can really lock it in there. Be great for all sorts of tasks. Of course, food prep. It's full flat ground. great camp knife. Carry around if you got to do a little prep work before lunch at the camp. This will definitely do the trick. Phosphor bronze bushings in there. Like I said, it comes out nice and smooth very quickly. And it can certainly be closed one hand as well. It's got a good weight to it. Apologize I didn't write down the weight on it, but I'm guessing it's probably around 4.5 to 5 ounces, give or take. But yeah, definitely, I would definitely recommend this for the price. Like I said, it's about $65 Canadian. That is for the assisted version. I assume the non-assisted version is even cheaper. And honestly, they're pretty quick too. They're nice and smooth, easy to open. Being a liner lock, you're not going to snap it shut like a Spyderco, or sorry, I shouldn't say like a Spyderco, but like something with that type of lock that you can just close it quickly again. But for the dollar value, I think it's a very high value knife, and should last you for years. Oz 8 steel sharpens very quickly. It dulls quickly as well, but you can put a nice edge on it after the fact. Yeah, so definitely highly recommended. I don't think you're going to go wrong with this knife. And as far as I know, Ontario Knife Company backs up their products pretty well as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or make a comment below. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.